And you're live.
All right. You are joining us today for another thrilling first round of the really big Tournament 5 with mere seconds in the mix here. We are looking at Syllables versus I'll try to get this right. Getting high in the morning and buying things off the internet. And I believe every single person on that team is named Michael. We definitely have some memes here. I think this is a neutral. We're doing a neutral game here, if I'm correct. And I mean, the ping difference it's a bit considerable, but it's not the worst we've seen thus far. I don't think we're looking at a Sandman tank today, if if that's what you're here for. We're on pretty fair, even grounds. But we do have everyone in server, and we will be getting underway quickly. I believe we have really just a handful of games left until we move on to the next round, which will be Swamp Fever. So we're just kind of carrying out these last few ones, people who schedule at the end of the week there. Do you, how many more games do you have to do there, Vanille?
I think this is just the last one for today.
Today? Anything for Sunday?
A couple,
Yeah.
Let me see. Why is my overlay not working? Retro.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there it is.
I gotta say, though, this is the most obnoxious tagline I think I've ever seen for any kind of occasion. Fig, if you're out there, shame on you. How could you let something like this happen? You let people like children goods into the tournament, and now this? Shame on you. I'm a little bit disappointed, though, they didn't all name themselves Michael, like they signed up. Perhaps, nope, wait, they might fix it. They may fix it. And thus begins our favorite part of the tournament, the waiting game. We've seen some pretty quick ready-ups in the past here, and we've also seen ones, I mean, I know my team waited for a complete 30 minutes before we found out that no one was going to show up, and we got the forfeit W. I mean, how many other teams have done that? I haven't been closely paying attention, but I'm sure there's a few that have dropped out. Oh boy. So this isn't going to be neutral,
Wait.
to my understanding, then. Or are they trolling?
They're trolling.
Wow, they got me.
I don't think anyone named Jonathan exists within their circle of friends.
No, I don't think so either. It looks like it's just Michael everywhere.
Yes.
All I see is Michael. Home and away? Are you sure? Maybe they are taking it seriously. I mean, we can just do that on the fly, right? It shouldn't be a big deal to do home and away. Oh my god. You know, I've noticed a fair amount of teams with that SS tagline. I mean, I think the one I did earlier for I want to say South Stars again. There's just too many SS's there, in my honest and humble opinion. Take that as you may. But I don't think any of them compare to the absolute debauchery that is GHITMABTOTI. Because that, oof, is a mouthful. Just having a nice little chat here in the game as we wait. And these pings that we're seeing right now actually aren't as bad as some of the players in chat are making it out to be. I've seen much worse, but I don't blame them if they want to try and go for a home and away here. Oh boy. I'm starting to think maybe we shouldn't let the players have to set up these matches themselves. Maybe we should have some, like, tournament official middleman here that they can connect through. You lied to me. There is a Jonathan.
Oh my.
And I believe we will be switching server here in a moment. And we get underway for that first hit. That delicious first hit. You love to see it before the tank. As it is, I don't know if it will be subject to change if we go to a different server, but as it stands, we're looking at 30% tank here. And we will be underway as we switch over to the server. Oh boy.
Where are they going first?
Apparently we're going to, this is NY. So we're going to the NY. I think. I mean, there's 3 Michaels in here. 4 Michaels.
Oh, wait.
What's up? What's going on? Oh, wow. This server's so much better. Yep, this is definitely neutral. Way better pings going out here. Much better. So much better. NY is exactly what we were looking for. And we will get a quick Michael count here, just to make sure we have all of our Michaels in order. I only see 2 of them with uniquely spelled Michael names. The other 2 are refusing outright to go by those handles. I think they may take this match a little more seriously than their names and their tagline are. Crash and burn. Wow, yeah, this is definitely, I would take these pings. Now, Syllables will be having a very comfortable amount of wiggle room here with only 100 ping, barely. And we will have the Michaels sitting at some decent low ping here. We only have one of them sitting at 80. I think we've evened the playing field here. With this server, it is an excellent neutral middle ground. It's as good as it's going to get, considering. As far as North American and South American go, and it appears we are just waiting on one other person here for the Syllables. Shout out to Lucky Luck. I see you out there raiding with your party. Let's get these views together. All right, now let's get Lucky Luck in here. He can cast with me.
Okay. Get in here. Lucky Lock. Where are you?
Come on, don't be shy. Fair enough, Lucky Lock. Fair enough. I will be right back. 1 second. Whew. Well, here we are with all of these ready ups, and just one person needs to show up, and we can get this show on the road. I don't actually recall who we're missing. It could be... Flyaway, perhaps? Could be wrong. No, it's the fabled Jonathan. Finally entering at once, this Jonathan that we didn't think existed. He's here. Jonathan versus Michaels. What's going to happen? I can't wait to find out. And we are locking in the server slots. No one is allowed to enter. The cage match has begun. 2 teams duke it out. 8 people. Let's see who survives. We are getting underway. Grab your popcorn, drink water, do what you got to do. If you're on your computer, if you're watching on your TV, on your mobile device, thank you for coming and welcome. This, again, if you're just joining us, we have the Syllables versus... Getting high in the morning and buying things off the internet. Yes, that is their team name, and they are sticking with it. And if you tuned in last night, you may find that you are randomly subscribed to this channel, to the Twitch Left 4 Dead Tournament Extraordinaire here, and we are going live right now. We do have... I forgot to put my spec up, bud. Hunter spawns in early, getting some of that distraction with the Smoker Boomer Spitter. Not the prettiest 2-2 here, but I think they might be able to make something happen. The Smoker goes for the pull, and the Hunter misses the DP, but lands anyways. 2-Boom going out in the back. Hunter gets the repull. Nothing coming out a substantial amount. Spit flops. And he's specking. That's BM. Don't do that. Tank will spawn in, and he will go for the car in the back. We've seen it all before. Sometimes you see just one car, and now we will see if they get a hit for this. They have a Jockey, Charger, and a Hunter just spawning in, and they will be trying to get those spawns in. The survivors are locked in place, getting ready to prepare here. Ooh, Jockey is not getting cleared at all, and the Hunter lands the... Wow, what an amazing hit. That's a great hit for the tank to cross over. As he had lost his car in the valley, he worked it back in plenty of times, still on first pass. Barely any chip, nothing coming out really. And he will have... He's working on that car in the back there. It looks like it's stuck behind the pole. I think that might be a no-go for that one. I don't know why he's not hitting the cars closer. Smoker goes in, they clear it quickly, but the 1-Boom proxy lands, a rock seat goes out, Charger closes the gap and gets cleared. And I think the tank is going to work harder on getting that hittable out of there. It's stuck. And he has unstuck it, and he's going to bring them closer. One at a time. He is on second pass. I think it's time to see what hits we have for support for this tank. He is going to have to commit. Boomer, Hunter, and Jockey. I'm not sure that's the best one. We definitely want a Smoker in there. The Boomer might be able to land, and the tank is in. He's 2k deep already. The Boomer spawns behind the hittable. He cannot find when he gets popped, but he does get a punch here. He does, and the Hunter will be bouncing around with only 2k health left. He does get the down here on Lewis in the corner. Hunter still up, looking to help that tank. He's 1k. 4. He's done. There, he gets one punch. They're not killing him. No one's shooting him. And he gets 2 free punches with 400 HP. I don't think that was... I'm not sure why they didn't focus the tank there, but we're still sitting at a very Decent and pretty, 300 bonus.
Man.
That's not bad at all.
Thanks a lot.
Whew.
This is bad. This is really bad.
I'm gonna need to change my pants after that tank. Shut up. Charger, Smoker, Spitter, Boomer. It's not the prettiest 2-2, but I mean, for this ladder hit, you'd be surprised at how effective it can be. Lewis getting beasted on by a single common in the back. Love to see those one common just get that slap in.
There's a smoker.
And they're going all the way. They're going all the way. They rush out. Smoker gets the pull. Charger gets the connection in the spit, lands gracefully, and gets stuck in the rock. One boom proxy. They essentially avoided a lot of the damage they could have taken if they handled it a lot differently. We had the two rushing in front, and they were able to clear very effectively. The Charger did get the free charge, but it didn't deal enough damage to be substantial. And we are looking at a Hunter, Jockey, Spitter coming in, a Charger. An excellent tri-cap here. And we do have the Spitter. The Jockey spawned in the back. Hunter's going in. Charger following suit. Hunter lands, gets cleared quickly. Charger whiffs. Spitter is flat. Not bad. Not great. Woo. And we're getting go-go's going out here. Looks like they're going to rush the staircase. Smoker, Hunter, Boomer, Jockey. This is probably going to have to be an outside hit unless they're looking to sack that Boomer, and he does send it in for one. Jockey comes in from the back with the Smoker pulling and getting him down into the middle of the ring, and the Hunter does land. A Jockey lands, and we're getting lots of damage going out there. A lot of damage. Not going on to the right people. We still have perm health. We still have pills to commit. And I think they are looking still very solid. They've essentially managed to keep that bonus that they had when they got out of that tank fight. And so we have a last rush hit as hits trickle in. Too late. They will take the safe room. Those go-go's are going out, and they are quick. And it is fast. That bonus is intact. They've been clearing the hits, shutting it down. I think those SI setups were a bit sloppy, and they capitalized on it. I'm to understand this is neutral. No? Are they? I mean, these pings aren't bad. I'm not sure. It kind of got lost in translation. Is it? Oh dear. Buckle up. I'm gonna have to put my adult diaper on for this one. My gamer pants. Because we're gonna be here for a while. I am definitely gonna order some Chipotle takeout right now.
Do you want me to look for a Cocast?
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't mind. Take the edge off. And we do have the Smoker, Boomer, Hunter, Spitter, the 2-2 that we saw originally with the Boomer landing a nice arc. Staying alive there, just hanging on for dear life. We do have the Spitter looking for a spawn behind the bus in the back. The Common are trickling in. They're clearing them out. It's looking good so far. Nothing seems to be... We do have the Hunter up top there. He looks like he's looking for a DP, and we have the Smoker spawning forward. These spawns are just up and alive and baiting. Smoker finally connects something with the spit, going out and landing a tick of damage, but nothing is really substantial here. It is just mere ticks. It is a toss-away hit, essentially, as the tank works in the back car. So we will have 2 cars. Can he land it perfectly? It flies. It's in. Perfect hit. He drops down momentarily. Maybe he meant to do that. I don't know. But he will be working around to the next car and having both of them in for this play. Both of them in very good spots. He is going to ask for that hit right now, I think. Maybe getting that next car in. We have the survivors getting at the ready here in the back. We have the 3 Uzis and pump. Classic for tank fights. The hit gets sent in. The charger is melted. The hunter is skeeted. M2's on the jockey going out. And he does connect. He does bounce back and get a connection there. That's tough. It happens. Rocks flying through the sky here. Landing flat. Nothing there. We will have that shotgunner dead-eyeing those ones. But we do have the smoker and boomer and charger coming in. The tank is on second pass. He has only taken 5. He has 5.8k health there. It's not too bad. Not too shabby. Second pass, still maintaining sight, and he will get a hit. He will go for that hit, will he? Maybe the smoker's just trolling here, getting a little chip on him. Very tense standoff here. A tank deciding what to do, perhaps. The charger spawns in the back and throws in and lands the connection, almost getting one slam. The smoker gets the pull, and the rocks are just not landing. It's a tough one. It's a real tough one. People who can shoot those rocks, it's going to be a tough fight if you try and play along. But I think we're biding time to see if we get some SI we really want here. And the tank is going in, working that second car, and he is on 35%. He better not LOS himself. He's taken 1k chip. Car flies in, still in play. Car goes flying up in the air, gets his first corner. The punch is in, chases. Look at those long arms. Try boom, lands. Jockey grabs, gets the clear. A triple. He's got a triple punch. The boomer's trolling. He's still alive. And we have a quad coat. The proxy finally finishing him off. The down has happened. His cars are out of play. He has 2.5k health. I think they are in a terrible position. The tank will maybe rotate here. No, he's missing his rock. He's playing it long, waiting for support to come back. And we only have one, and it's a charger. And they're railing him through the forest right now, taking a 1k there. They are going to push forward. They have terrible health. They actually have pretty good health. But we're going to have the SI set up for a ladder hit here as soon as they can. Unless they are waiting under the valley. And we're getting the go-go's here. The smoker falls flat. Hunter's bouncing around. Connection. Charger gets cleared. This tank is not looking good right now. They have the momentum. Hits are down, and that tank will be left behind. There are no hittables where they are. This is a street fight here. They can do it. They clear the common in time, and support doesn't throw down on them. The boomer's in, gets popped, and that tank is desperately looking to stay in the fight here. With 10% on second and taking more and more flak, he lands no rock. He is done. Excellent clears going out here. These guys are looking at a much, actually, surprisingly, you wouldn't have thought it based on that play, but they have managed to save themselves some bonus to put them on par. Now it's only a matter of time to see if they can handle these hits coming up. Especially here, there might be a ceiling drop down one here in the ceiling room, or if they go for the spit combo. It is a 2-2 with a Charger, Spitter, Hunter, and Boomer as 2-2s go. It looks like they are going to definitely settle on the stairway hit here. With that Spitter, it can deal an insane amount of damage. The Hunter is going to pre-spawn in and prepare for that wall kick. And he is watching, and he gets the wall kick. He misses by an inch, but he gets it. And the Boomer goes out. The Charger's coming in. He tries to level, no damage going out. We are going to have spit on him, and he will be down. An excellent play that's going to cost them some of that damage bonus there.
Weapons over here. I'm gonna need these. Reloading.
All right, and we are coming up here. The boomer gets shut down there. Oh, but he gets the proxy. He shot it a little too close there. Sacking in there. I think they were planning to go on if it landed well, but now it appears they are go-go. They're getting out, and there are 3 hits still up. The smoker is in the back making noise. The hunter lands. Jockey's on top. Clears are coming out fairly quickly, and they will be able to maintain a very decent bonus after that tank. Pushing it with what they had, deciding it was time to go was great. We do get 1 punch charge going out there as he B-hops in and gets a second punch, giving him a little tickle, just giving him some much-needed encouragement to get inside the safe room. Just a punch, just a love tap. And hilariously enough, they have just exactly 100 less bonus. And we're looking at a very even and clean game. I don't know why they're doing a home and away. This looks fine, honestly. But, I mean, hey, it's their teams. Very close game, everyone making it to the safe room. The bonus is not that great on Chapter 1. You start really seeing where the numbers line up on these longer and more expensive and bonus maps. And we are waiting for some ready-ups quickly. Pretty fair ready-ups here. Faster than we've seen before. And we will have a, if my spec HUD would actually work, it appears a jockey, charger, spitter, and smoker here. And we are looking at a 27% tank. That is guaranteed a safe room tank. We've seen some people playing it in the sewage room here, which is interesting, and I don't think that works, but we'll see what these guys do. Shotgun leading out the bait here. Looks like the charger and jockey are looking to drop down there. Oh, sorry. There's no smoker. There's a hunter. Bill is on top of the whatever you call that. I guess a pipe. And the hit comes in. Charger lands from above. Jockey gets into the safe room. Spit is landing, but the hunter last minute gets it. That is some really tough damage to take as a survivor for a first hit. And you still have a tank to deal. Somebody's going to be taking 2 punches. And that is not what we're looking for. He might commit those kills. Tank spawns in the hands of Liquid Sniper here. We may get the hit on the away. They make it to the safe room safely. The smoker will sack. We get a really interesting arc boom through the safe room door. Very nice. Haven't seen that one in a while. And we will have 2 on... We only have 1 on the picture in the back here lining up for chip through the door. Tank doing its best not to give them any chip. And we will have 2 on either side. He goes for the center. Jukes and jumps down. He misses the punches. He's kiting them around. He jumps over the balcony. The tank is getting kited so hard he's taking 3K. Support trickles in, and the charger takes the jockey. Double punch in the corner. No one's clearing that. We get another jump, another corner there. Double punch. Jockey grabs another punch. Another down here, and the tank is getting out of there. He is on first pass. He can keep it alive, but He is in desperate need. Nope, he will kill it. He will get rid of that tank.
Come on, get up.
I'm not sure on first pass if that was the greatest idea. He could have sent hits in again for just whatever damage you can really grab up after that. 2 downs and all of them committed pills. We're looking at a very rough ride ahead as they are now leaving the safe room for a second time. And a small hit trickles in with the hunter saving his spawn. I believe they were actually sacking? I'm not sure. I was too focused on how crazy that was. Hello, hello.
Reloading.
Hello, hello. Here comes one of these hats.
And the boomer lands a double there, and we do get some more hits coming out here as they go and get the button. With the hit out of the way, it's looking pretty clean. Let's see if they can handle the holdout. There's usually about 2 solid hits in this tunnel before the event's over. If that first one hits and it's bad, they're gonna have to push forward. They're all bleeding, and it's only gonna get worse. We probably need to open up another slot for you. You get in here. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they're gonna do it after this round, which is fine with me.
Yeah, sounds good. And they will be pushing. They are bleeding, and exactly as predicted, they are taking charge here. They want to keep as much of that health bonus they have, which is only a mere 224. And they will be getting spawns in now with the Charger, Hunter, Boomer, and Spitter. And they are sending them quickly. The Boomer lands a tri-boom from above, getting an excellent arc. And we do get a slam. Spitter's spit. Oh dear. That's the stuff you don't want to see. The damage went out and it was great, but that Spitter could have made so much more work of them. He will be despawning it, and hopefully Mikkel, our dear old Mikkel, can redeem himself here with that Spitter. We do have 1 health slow, limping, and this is the kind of attack that they will prey on. The spit flies out, and it will get the down for free. I think the smoker tongue undid itself back there for a second. I could be wrong. Maybe a deagle clear. We do have the 3-boom with the common trickling in. They're going to have to make some plays quickly and help him because he's hoarded, taking lots of common damage. The spawns are going to be able to get a setup on that ladder. Everyone's slow. It's not looking good. The bonus being shaved down and the hunter pre-spawns. The hit goes in. Full on with the spit in the back. It's gonna look bad. Everybody's going down here with very little health left.
Don't worry. I got you. I got you.
If I'm not mistaken, I think one of them, Zoe, is black and white. That's yes. So if they focus Zoe, they can get a kill. If they focus all of them, I really think with this 2-2 even, they may be able to pull it off. The Boomer gets shoved and popped here. That's part of the hit. They needed that. The Smoker just throws it away, getting that clear up there. They're much more on edge now with these health. We do get a double going out, and he does get the down here. Killing him, sorry, outright. And I think we will have the Hunter and Jockey are the only ones left. Will they be able to pull off this hit? The Jockey does land. The Hunter grabs it from him, unfortunately, which is something you don't want to see. Does get it down outside of the safe room, though. An excellent recovery there. The Smoker gets the pull. Boomer landing 2, and we have 2 downs outside of the safe room. There is no health bonus. It's not even worth it to go out. But at that point, perhaps, it doesn't matter. The Jockey will finish the job in the safe room. And we are looking at a full wipe here. Though they got the distance, there was no health to be had, unfortunately. However, one Jock in a dream. I agree. However, the safe room tank, if played correctly can be devastating. And I think we're looking at, with teams not prepared to have that kind of movement that we saw from SS earlier, I think that if you don't put that movement in, you will pay the price here. Getting an early corner and SI coming in at the right time and people not focusing that tank enough is just, it's just bad. Aim, clears, and that movement in that room with so many things to be juked around is vital to this tank fight.
I have been kicked from the game. Allow me to return.
No, I think we're not going to let you. You're stuck out. Don't come back.
Well, thanks, Lyra. I really enjoyed coming into this cast. I've been K3, and I guess good night. Okay, I'm coming back. Screw you guys.
Is it not letting me? Oh, there you are.
That's fine. Well, you go ahead and just take away this first hit while I'm just getting all my stuff set up.
Sure, sure. So we do have the classic Hunter Spitter Jockey Charger here, and they look like they're mirroring the same strat where they go up on the pipe there. And they have Zoe pushing forward. They're going out. The jockey's behind and does grab him, but gets cleared instantly, giving time for the charge to land. And the Spitter bounces in gracefully, giving some spit damage. It isn't as devastating as that first hit was the other time around, but we'll take it.
Yeah, so we do have this tank up for Team Syllables in the hands of Jenny. I am not really aware of most of the team players on Team Syllables, to their skill level or whatever, but I am very familiar with all the players on Team Getting High, as they are my former Xbox compadres. We all switched over, and oh my god, and just as I say that, there's actually a Tri-Boom proxy going on inside. It looks like they just left the spawn unblocked in there, but they actually managed to pick the smoker before the tank was able to get in there, but the tank does find a quick corner out there onto Francis. It's going to be a quick down and double punch going out there. Still getting a little bit too close. Hunter's coming in to try to support this. There's a lot of doubles, a lot of multi-punches going on the survivors, but the Hunter landed onto the already down survivors, so there's not much support left for the tank. The survivors can just rail the tank down. He shouldn't get anything else if they're able to shut this down, but M2 going out. This could actually still end up being a wipe if this charger lands. It does land, but he's very low in health. This could be really
he still has 700 health. Can they do it?
No,
he
he's
gets
gonna
the
do it.
slap.
He's gonna get
Is
it.
he escaping? No, it's a wipe. It's a wipe.
And I was gonna take like 2 seconds to just explain and like how I knew my friends from Xbox on Team Getting High, but before I even say that, they left just one little tiny spawn unblocked in that safe. Tri-Boom proxy going out there.
I think similar to how you were caught off guard with how fast things happened, so were they. They were not ready for the absolute powerhouse plays there. Their movement was so off, and they got caught up on stuff. Doubles, triple. I don't think there was a triple. Actually, just a few doubles landing there. SI locking them in. It was a real mess.
Yeah, and I was debating what the decision for the smoker to actually go in there on the sack with the boomer, because he took that spawn there right when the tank was about to roll in.
That's
but
right.
The
I was
tank
going
was
to
able
ask
to get
you. There was a boomer spawn in the safe room, wasn't there?
Yeah, the boomer and the smoker both spawned in there, but which I thought was questionable. But the tank was able to roll in there with so much horde and get the quick corners that the smoker got his spawn up and became, I believe, the charger and was able to help secure the wipe onto the survivors. So I think it was just like the survivors were in a panic mode. Their pathing was not very good and they weren't able to kite with just the support that was coming in. And even though the Hunter landed on the down survivor, the tank just did his job very well, got the corners in, and was barely able to secure the wipe. So nicely done by Team Syllables. And if this is the home and away game that I believe it to be, then they're putting themselves in a really commanding position. And, you know, hey, if they put themselves in a strong lead coming out of their away game, then we might not even seem a home game for them.
And we are live, and we have the Smoker Boomer Jockey Charger coming up hot. Boomer looked like he was about to go for the sneaky wall boom, but he lost it, so we're maybe looking at a ladder climb here. And he sacks it. He just sacks it outright.
Smoker right around here someplace.
It appears that they are moving in. Charger gets a solo charge and actually lands there with the smoker pull, finishing off a little bit of damage, but the Charger was the one who did the most damage there.
Yeah, the one thing that I've noticed from like past Xbox players that then switch over to PC is sometimes is just adapting to patience and positioning, and that applies to both SI and Survivor side. And sometimes with their SI, they're just not able to quite get exactly the coordination. If you make one mistake with one of your SI, your entire kit can get shut down just because aiming is so much easier than it is with a control stick. And just as I say that they do manage to get a nice rocket boom out of the one Survivor, hoping to land the spit here, but the spit's actually really early before the Hunter's able to get in there. So now they just have to hold the rest of their hit, and they're in kind of a weird position for this this attack. So I was just looking to move forward here, but there is still a lot of pour. The Boomer's going to have his boom up again. He's going to look for a nice arc boom up there. He's going to land onto Zoe.
Oh,
Zoe's going in on here. Hunter landing on top of that, but again, the spit just spat a little bit too early.
That is a lot of damage, though, for a premature spit.
That is indeed true. I do believe that, again, it's just a bit of that patience if they just waited to like coordinate, just like, okay, if they were planning to get the Hunter to land onto the Jockey Survivor, then maybe they can put the spit down right on top of that and get a little bit more damage out of that. So just those little tiny minor capitalizations can make a big
Oh, and they get the pullback with the tank up! The Charger is punching him and locks him in place. The tank is going to capitalize on it. They're trying to wallbang it, but the Jockey brings him back for more. Hundo's tank already off to a great start. SI know exactly what to do. They were very late on that comeback, and they are going to pay the price. You might as well just kiss Jenny goodbye, because she is, or he, or whatever, I'll just call you Lewis, are dead right on that spot. But he's pushing him. They're pushing him, and the Hunter lands in the back. I don't know if this is I don't think this is a rescue mission. I don't think this is what you should do.
I also agree with that, because like Tank was right out in the open. He had the opportunity to just get pushed by the Survivors, and then like if they were to coordinate, because I mean right now we see the Tank is in like a not the best position. He's kind of getting railed by 3 Survivors. He has no hittable nearby. That being said, he does have a lot of health left, and you see Zoe at the 2-punch level of health. Boomer going out onto 2 that's gonna help, but the Tank's recommitting very quickly here, trying to get the corners down. He's actually landing all of his punches. Great job by Hundo so far, whipping 1 punch. He needs to get this corner out onto Bill, and he does find it. That's gonna be a down out on
1k health, and he decommits. No, he goes for another slam, a ladder slam. Oh, yes, and a double. It's looking dire. That tank is still looking pretty good on first pass. He has time to troll.
Lewis has also died too. This is Jockey going out onto Francis. They're looking to get the 2-cap. They do manage to land the 2-cap.
The wipe.
That is the wipe. That was a very shaky play. I think there was a couple mistakes made by both sides there, but the mistake for the Survivors to allow the pullback on to Lewis there, getting that early in cap, was just too big to recover from. And you know, they tried pushing the tank, and I guess just like what we saw in the previous round from Team Getting High, just a bit of panic setting into the Survivors as soon as something went wrong. And if they had stayed a little bit more composed and realized, okay, the tank has no hittable there, we can just really go at him and just take him down to maybe like 1k health before the support's even up, then maybe they could have gotten out of that with maybe 2 downs. But instead, the SI just capitalized off the situation really well. Hundo landed all of his important punches, and SI just cleaned it up. So nicely done by them. And now they've opened the window. If they're able to get rid of that tank, which is not the hardest tank to kill in all of Death Toll, they can maybe get to the safe room with some bonus and make this a comeback.
Oh, let's see if they pull it off. I want to see if they took that in stride, and they probably won't make that same mistake. They'll be very watchful when they spawn that tank on the comeback. And we do have the same old hit here, but the Smoker leads forward. They look in the direction. The Jockey comes down, does not land. They do get a scratch and a punch, which is actually the same amount of damage that the Charger solo landed last time around here. Not bad, but the Boomer was popped, so we're looking at a speedy recovery.
Yeah, but they do have to watch out here, because there will be a spit hit on this next attack, and they really have to not take too much damage going into the tank. And because if they're able to take not too much damage on this next attack, then they can probably just spawn the tank and get a free run back without too much apprehension on their part. So they are looking to maybe get rid of this Boomer, and the Boomer is going to miss there. Nicely played by the Survivors, baiting that out, and now Jockey's looking for something. Is going to get the Jockey out on Zoe in the back. That's going to get cleared without too much damage. Hunter looking for something. Is going to get nicely speeded there by Hundo in 4 shots with the Zuzi, and now they have a really nice path to just spawn this tank. They should stay a little bit scattered here, just in case that Boomer is looking for something. Zoe knows where it is, though, so they've got this Boomer on lockdown, and they're going to get this tank up, and they're going to be able to make it back here without too much in their way.
Wow. I don't know. That Boomer keeping it up was questionable.
Yeah, And survivors have put themselves in exactly the position that they want. They've got, it looks like,
Ooh, but we do
two
get a smoke
survivors.
and delayed players there coming, almost locking them in. The rock gets skeeted just in time, and we will be working the car in. We've seen it all before. We'll see it again. I don't know if Bill should be playing forward like that. It makes me nervous.
It does make me nervous, and I think this tank fight in specific is very big on it's just positioning. And if you're able to sit, like, you get one survivor on top of the train, you get one survivor in the rage cage, and then you just get the others just blocking spawns in between, making sure that there's no way that the boomer can get anything, and that's how you shut down this tank. But if they're not careful, this boomer's going to walk in on them. It's going to get a boom out to one. That's not the worst, but that is still not very good. Survivors they have to get out of this cage right now.
1.5K chipped in, and he hasn't got a corner here, and he's really desperately using that hittable. He really wants it to work out.
No.
So he almost jumps over the car, and she falls over it. Oh, that's a kill. He's going for that kill. There's no reason why you wouldn't. They're getting the hell out of there. They're going to take this tank now. I think they hesitated. They're coming back now, and they're ready to redouble their efforts to kill this tank. But he has 3K. It's going to be a tough fight. The jockey is in. He's trolling about. They will get the clear on him quickly. And the tank on first pass is rocking now. This is not where you want to be.
Yeah, it's still on 45% health, and this is a rough position for sure. When you have that one boom, you have to call out for your boom survivor where that car is at all time, and make sure, because it's hard to keep up that awareness when you are that one boom survivor during a tank fight. You've got all this chaos around you, so you gotta have your team has to call that out for you. And now we just see the survivors. They had such an amazing position to shut down this tank completely. They were doing everything right, and then it just went downhill for them. That being said, the tank has been killed off here. Not much damage at all was taken after the kill, so they do have an opportunity if they really tighten up their play to maybe make up a decent amount of points.
The smoker was not in position. The charger did not land his solo, and the boomer was flat, and the car went flying past, which is so sad. I bet that smoker is very disappointed in the tank missing his free car.
Yeah, and so I mean, like, of all the maps in Death Toll, this is definitely possibly the easiest, if not probably the second easiest to make with just 3 people, considering that there's not a lot of tight choke points, and it's very difficult to get a solid tri-cap on the survivors at any given point. So I'll be looking forward to seeing them just try to get a bit of a comeback going here, but they got to make it through this this testy.
They have smartly sacked the spitter, as we saw earlier, and they will be attempting to set up a quad cap here. Watch as the survivors comfortably back up and try and get ready to clear the hit. It doesn't work. They were too tightly close together. The stumbles go out. And the smoker, they landed. Everything landed. The charger just didn't even need to try.
Yeah, that was just, they just didn't know how to handle it. I guess if they were paying close attention to the sack order, then maybe they would have known that there was a quad, and they could have planned that hit differently. But I know when you're going with 3 people, you can't just hold W into a choke point when there might be a quad cap up. You have to be watching out for that stuff. Position yourself so that there's no stumbles, and just play.
I think they definitely put their back up against the wall too there.
Yeah, very literally and figuratively, they put their back up against the wall in the situation. Had to perform perfectly, and then they backed into a corner.
Fairly evenly matched game right now, though. It's anybody's game. This is not a huge difference at all. And I think really what's telling at these points will be tank wipes at these later maps here, where the bonus is much greater.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And, there is still a finale to be played, I believe, unless they agree to no finale for home and away, which is reasonable considering that sometimes with finale home and away games become about 3 hours long. But
yes, I was just going to say that I have no problem with not doing finale on home and away, because let's face it, nobody wants to see that.
That's true. That being said, if your team getting high on your home server, you want to have as many opportunities as possible to make it back some points. Like, they really want to come out of this. They're only behind by 400 points. Tank is actually very early at 23%, so they just want to come up with some kind of lead.
Wow, that is actually really early, isn't it? That's almost, yeah. That's the tank has a lot of stuff he can just work in and play around.
Yeah, there is a lot of hittables, and when the tank spawns this early, he has a lot of time to get the extra car, the extra dumpster, everything that he wants, and then the survivors really have to watch out for the Tetris tank. It can be really lethal here, and it was the death of them in the last round.
Tetris tank, I haven't heard that one.
Yes, it's basically you got your shapes and you drop them in the right location and that you win.
Ooh, can we get an F in the
Looks like
chat?
we have a member of Team Syllables. His mom is yelling at him.
Having some family problems. We're, no big deal. Just almost 200 people watching. We'll open up into your personal life. Hope your family problems work out, buddy.
I want a little bit more juice. Like you can't just say family problem. That's too vague. We have an audience here. They want to hear the gossip. They want to hear.
Oh, I think he knows
They want to
exactly
hear
what
the
he's doing.
trauma.
He's going to get all the sympathy, all the subs. He's going to make you want to come back for more. And we do have Flyaway, who was in earlier but hasn't been playing. He was here originally before we were switching servers. He is returning, and he will be subbing in for our dear friend Jonathan.
I
Going
feel like
live.
SS is like a clever tag because if you're ever asked for screenshots and the opposing team says SS, you can say yes, that's our team name, and then you don't have to do anything, so you can cheat, and then they'll never find out.
Interesting. I never thought of it like that. We do have the
It's
hunter in the corner
yeah.
here looking for that wall kick. And we have them rushing out pub style, going right out about, and we do get the wall kick landing. The jockey does get some fair amount. And actually, I think there was some fall damage that came out, perhaps. Not bad.
Decent chip landing out on that first hit there. Just you really need anything. You just don't want the survivors to all be 5-punch in this type of situation, especially in an open area tank like this. But we do have the tank up now in the hands of Mikhail. I'm not sure the difference between Michael and Mikhail, whichever one is which. I believe one of them is Racer, and the other one, I don't know exactly who he is, but yeah, we have Mikhail's tank moving in here, trying to get all of his hittables in position. Did not opt to get the extra hittables in the back, which is an interesting play here, and just a few SI going in for a quick hit, trying to get some chip and nothing landing at all, and the tank is currently alone, not having a lot of luck with his hittable positioning so far.
Thankfully, he has a fair amount of time before he needs to actually decide what he's going to do, and I think he's wasting some of that precious time, but
Yeah.
he will be out of position here. And these cars are just
all
not
time
working.
on this one car, and then he's still got the dumpsters in there, but now he spent all of his time on one car, and he has to start moving in because he can't go get his other dumpsters.
Oof.
That's why
Yeah.
I think you got to bring your extra hittables from the back, just in case one doesn't work out. You have those extra ones, and the tank does have to be forced to move in here.
The smoker
trying to move this.
lines
Smoker
up and gets
spawns
ready for
way
the kill.
too early, I think.
Well,
I don't think-
we'll see. Come on, Smoker. What do you got? Dumpster rolls in, and he comes back, and he's ready for that car to land, but the trees block it flawlessly. And now he decides, all right, it's time for the punches. Woof, woo-hoo. Oh, he's whiffing the car. The car is not agreeing with him. He will get a punch. He misses it as he surfs off the cliff, and that is a very unfortunate tank with only 3 punches.
Yeah, that's not what you want if your team getting high, He spent way too long getting that one hittable into play, and then he didn't have time to really play with it and take his time the way that he would have wanted to. Then the SI went in, the smoker the smoker spawned really early and forced the survivors into to position themselves properly. And then, there just wasn't much help for any of the SI to land in that open area, and the tank just really got railed. The only reason you got those punches was because of the hittable positioning to force them into a corner, but even then, not a single down going out, so SI really have to pick up and get a lot of damage going, and they do actually manage to land 100 spit here. They gotta land this charger in here. It's going to stumble them, but the spit is a little bit late, so they won't be able to capitalize as much on the hunt spit as they could have. Lately, one of the big meta game plays is just hunt spit and then stumble with the charger, and they hold that off just slightly out of sequence, and they could have done, I think, maybe a good 30 more damage if they timed it correctly.
Oh yes, I've been seeing that one more and more, and it's devastating when it hits. It's confusing at first, like why didn't the charger land? But then you understand that stumble can be so much more potent if there's multiple people in there.
Yeah, exactly. We do actually have a quad cap attempt setting up here. They really need some kind of coordination here. I'm really looking for just everything's going at the exact same time. I want them to call out their targets and just really try to coordinate this attack because they've been kind of going in a bit out of sequence lately, and I really want to just tighten up their inside
I
play.
think if they wait too long, they will take the inside. They will try and get out, but they will send it in. The Charger goes for a solo out of nowhere. Smoker gets his pull. Hunter lands, and the Jockey shows up late to the party. They are out of sequence, like you said, and they will still maintain 999 health bonus.
This is just a devastating amount of health for the survivors right now, and with the tank dead and coming up to this event, they don't even have to hold it out. They can just literally take one hit and then just start pushing through choke points. They don't have to. They can just play at their own pace. You know, you take one hit, go to the next choke point, wait at the bus, take another choke point, and just go slowly like that. There's another boomer down rather, and there it's sitting pretty with a lot of health. Team Getting High really need to get something going very quickly here.
And we do have the Charger. They just keeps, you can't lead with the charges like that. They are going to go forward. They love this health bonus. They're going to keep it. And like you said, all we've seen from these guys is go-go's. And go-go, they will. They want to keep pushing. They're going to take the hits exactly as you predicted. I don't think they have what it takes to do strong holdouts and clears. They are a go-go team.
Yeah, I believe so. That being said, I do think the smart play is just wait at this bus where it's harder to land anything. If you just go pull W into these choke points, then you can just lose all of your health instantaneously, and they have way too big of a bonus to risk that. Boomer spawning on top is going to land a nice 2-boom there, as I have an opportunity to get something off this. Smoker is going to land, but gets nicely cleared there by Lucy Westbrook. They do land a decent amount of damage off of this attack, but still sitting at 930 health bonus. Decent damage is not going to do it anymore. They can't chip. They need to get downs. They need to get like just massive amount of damage.
Are they going to take the room? They are going to take the room. It's dangerous to go in that alley with hits trickling in, but if you're fast and you're clean about clearing those common, you could do it, but that is not the meta we've seen so far. Spitter gets a pull through the window. Charger runs in, getting, oh no, and he's stuck in the corner.
Oh, no.
There's nowhere for him to go. I hate when that happens. Don't go in the corner. Don't do it. Wow.
Something I've learned in my many years of Left 4 Dead 2 is never trust what the spit looks like. Never trust what the puddle seems to have. That hitbox on the puddle might be way further out.
And that is going to shave almost 400 bonus off of them. That's huge.
That's a big play. Now they have the opportunity to take down their damage bonus, and if they can just focus Bill, they can take down a lot of bonus very quickly as well.
Spit rolls in again and does not as much this time.
Yeah, and they took that hit really well, and all of a sudden, I don't know why the SI went in quite at that point, because the Horde was already dead, and the survivors had to go forward into the choke point, so they could have just waited, because there was no more Horde anyway, and the survivors are bleeding out. So now they can just push through that big choke point, and they only have really one more attack to try to get something off of the survivors, and it's going to be a Smoker, Boomer, Charger, and Jockey for this last attack here on map 4. Boomer's going to try to land something, but it's going to miss his arc boom, but does get a double stumble. Smoker's trying to find something, but it keeps getting cleared.
Oh, well, he got the reset. He got the reset, and that's what we're looking for. That's going to buy them precious time to get some more spawns in, which, let's face it, they desperately need at this point. That tank did not deal enough damage to make a lasting impression.
Even though it doesn't look like it, this is still 633 health bonus. This is way too much. They have a last minute hit him. They need to go now. Treasure's going in. Treasure leading again, but dude land.
Another leading charge, but that spit is great right there, and he's going to hold those pills. That might cost him if he gets FF'd. If something bad happens, he will take it. They maintain the 3 pills for some bonus. Pills don't give you too much, but I mean, some people are greedy.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's worth it when everyone is going to be slow anyway, and you know that you have to take a certain number of hits. Usually, it's worth it to just hold the pills instead of losing the points, because you know it doesn't matter if you know that whether you're slow or fast, you're going to take the same number of hits. Might as well just hold on to it.
And I agree. I know I've done it. Sometimes you just want to hold those pills and have that extra bonus as assurance. And they left that round with a clean 520. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah, the survivors definitely need to match that. They need to at least bring this pretty close on this map. Otherwise, if they go into an away game down too many points, then it's really tough. Thankfully, the ping difference is not that big, so that if they are on away, then hopefully it's not too bad and they still have an opportunity to win this. But you know, right now it's just not looking good. They need to tighten up their survivor play and their SI coordination just a tiny bit more. That 3-boom standing there is going to stop them up for a little bit, and then I think that they shouldn't wait too long though. Now that Spit's landed, they have 2 SI basically useless right now. They should go out after the Spit's clear. I think just push
They should definitely, and they will. They will go with only 2 SI. The jockey lands, the hunter gets the jock, and we do see some fair amount of damage. The smoker surprise attacks with the respit. That's more damage on top. That's a lot of damage. That smoker came out of nowhere. I didn't even know it was going to be up. That took them by surprise, and they're already doing terribly for this tank.
Honda took way too much damage there. They all dropped off in the same direction instead of maybe going out to the right where it was a bit more clear. And they just all dropped off right at the front, and SI were just ready for it. And yeah, took way more damage than they should have there. They got the quick clears, but weren't able to get out of there in time. And we see tank up now in the hands of the newly joined Flyaway, and he is getting all of his extra hittables in from the corner there. He is not wasting them.
Rocket charge, the solo charge. I mean, I know they're just sacking, but I think it's kind of indicative of how they've been playing those chargers. Hunter is in the back there.
So far.
Yeah. Oh, well, we have 2 cars, 2 dumpsters here. 2 more if he goes in the back, which I think he may. Nope, he's going to skip the one that's behind him. Is he going to go for the one on the side of the building? Yes, he is.
But his cars are kind of out of... They're not in the best spot. His cars are each going to take at least 2 hits to really get into play. So he's going to commit, I think, maybe just these dumpsters where he is hitting into.
We do have a smoker jockey charger as support here as the tank commits. And he's getting railed right now. He's confused. He doesn't know where to go. The smoker finally assists what he was trying to do, and we get the down here. And this is probably the time you want to back off. He's still on first pass with 1.7K. Getting chipped down.
Yeah, they gotta just push him. They gotta surround the tank and kill him off now while the support's down. And they're gonna do exactly that. That's gonna be only 1 point coming out of the tank. So that's nicely played by
yeah, I think that tank didn't know what to do there.
Only was able to commit with those 2 dumpsters, and he hit them so far behind the survivors that the survivors were able to push forward, and they took that opportunity. So nicely done by them to seize their chance to push the tank, and were able to get out of that treacherous tank fight with only 1 down. Quick hunt spit landing there onto Zoe for just about 10 damage a chip, but not a lot doing there. Yeah, survivors are now sitting at over 900 health bonus. They really need to hold on to as much of this as possible and just hold W all the way to the end zone.
All the way. They have the health. They have the will. I think the momentum is really going to help them here. They said, we messed up that tank. We're not going to mess up on theirs. So they definitely proved that they have it. But we do have this devastating hit, which with a boomer, surprisingly, is going to be tough to see what happens here.
Respawn, I do not believe you can really wallbang through there. Jockey looking for something to initiate. Oh, actually, you can wallbang through that wall. They're starting to chip him down a little bit. Playing a little jiggle peek CSGO here, and Jockey is going to go and make it through.
Insta clear on that charger, and the spit will land flat. This is exactly what we're looking for this one, and they are quadded, but hits are down. They can press forward. They are going to be all right for this next one.
Yes, there's nice patient play there in that choke point. Not holding W into it and taking unnecessary damage, just realizing that this SI are already set up and just take their time and go slow, because there is no rush. There's no timer on this map here, so you know, all Left 4 Dead viewers are used to sitting and watching baiting for 15 minutes, so don't have too much pride. Just bait that freaking hit. Hold S.
Hurry up and wait. The motto for Left 4 Dead 2 comp.
Yeah. Another quad cap attempt here on this exact same spot as the last round, and survivors are positioned in a spot that's going to be hard for the SI to capitalize on it.
That smoke not hitting, and it doesn't hit again, but we do get the charge. The clears are on point. The SI are out of sequence. They're not where they need to be. They didn't even bait it. They didn't even wait.
Yeah, I mean, now the survivors are sitting in a position where if they make it in with a bonus similar to this and take these next 3 or so hits really well, they can make it into the save room with an even higher bonus and bring this really closely again.
Look out!
Ammo here.
Oop, and the hits are in. The Boomer lands too with the Charger finally connecting somewhere, but I mean, this is in the hands of SS. Their Chargers do connect quite often. And oh my goodness, he's just harassing Zoe. They are not leaving him alone, focusing him down, and they said, this is enough. Same as before, our health bonus is too good to do this, and they will charge forward into the next area.
Yeah, they sent Michal there to the front to start the event, and we're not really covering his return enough to take that hit very well. And yeah, they took a lot of damage, and that's 100 less bonus there than they had before. Hit coming in here from Team Syllables, trying to go in here. The Charger gets instantly cleared off of survivors there. Hunter and Smoker both landed for a tiny bit as well as the 2-room, but the clears were really on point that time, but they managed to get out of it without too much damage. But they're a little bit slow on the transition here, and they have to go forward very quickly because the SI are almost up again, and they have to get to a safe point out of the choke point. They're being very slow, and if they don't go really quickly, the SI are going to get on them.
Whew. I think it'd be hilarious if the spit... You notice no one's going in the corner of that room. I think they learned from them playing. The spit does fly in, it falls short, it hits the front, and wow, nice team skeet there. Charger is eviscerated. This whole hit just is flattened.
They're going to decide to push instead of holding out the rest of the horde. It's a risky play, but if they take the next hit really well, then it might pay off, because now the SI will only have one more hit really before the survivors are able to walk into the safe room. Survivors should, I think they just got to get into this room here. Just hold out in this room again. Don't keep
and
going.
They are. They called it. They know that they were pushing their luck, and the Boomer fails his boom there. That art did not land.
Managed to get the pop there, and now the SI, they do have a charge, but they really want to land this, and Charger just out of position here, doesn't have much to work with, no spawns to help him get this charge spit happening. And survivors, if they go, the hordes are dead, they can just start moving here and force the Charger in. There you can walk to the safe.
Oh, and he lands a double! And the... Oh, no! No! Oh, it was a double!
When you're in the tournament match, the last thing you want to see from your teammate is...
Oh, no!
Oh, you never want to see the MM1.
Oh, the Spitter's revenge. He just blocks the safe room. It's all you can do. The shame of missing a good spit on a good charge. Oh, I'm glad that was him and not me. I don't think I could handle the next away game. Oh, shrug it off, though.
They're still winning by 200 points, 269 points to be precise. And
nice.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, like, this is their away game, and they are going to be going to the finale here. And, you know, if Team Getting High doesn't manage to get some more points here and come out with a lead going into their homes, or their away server, rather, they could be in pretty dire straits for the next half of this campaign.
And we are actually going to play finale here. Okay. Well, buckle up. It's going to be a long one.
Yeah, I mean, back on Xbox, you'd play literally every single finale, including Parish, and it was a lot. So, you know, leave it to the Xbox players to be used to playing out extremely long, drawn-out games, because you couldn't even complete a game without like half of the players crashing. And when you join back onto the teams, you can't choose your team. There's no button, there's no M to press to choose your team. So if you end up on the wrong team, you gotta disconnect, you gotta rejoin. So yeah, I mean, these guys are used to
Xbox sounds terrible.
It was kind of fucking the worst. I'm not gonna fucking lie. Ass, dude. Like, and don't get me wrong, I was sitting there and I had been watching PC. Oh, you can ski it on Xbox. I mean, because everyone is literally only straight bouncing because it's impossible to do anything else. But yeah, it was a lot. And I would be watching PC streams being like, hey guys, let's all change. And they're like, nah, all of our friends are here. And so I would stay because all my friends were also on Xbox. And then all the official servers shut down and we just gave up. Unlike what the SI are doing here, they are not giving up here, trying to find something, but the Spitter gets picked before they land. to the charger, and that
You
is
don't
a nice
often see the spitter pop, but when it happens, it's very sad. It's a huge missed opportunity, same as the boomer, getting that pop there.
Exactly, and I think in those tight spaces where there's not a lot of different spots to spot, you kind of want to just spawn the spitter in almost the exact same spot as the charger, just to guarantee that there's almost no chance of them getting picked. But it's unfortunately not a lot of damage going out there for team getting high. And again, just a clean shutdown coming out there. That's gonna be 0 damage from that last hit. But the boomer can try to find something for this run back here. If he manages to get a boom, then it could be difficult for the survivors to recover. The tank is up now in the hands of Mikhail, who had a difficult time on the last map with the hittables and is now has an opportunity.
What are they doing? What are they doing? Fly away! Get out of there! No!
No,
what are they doing? No!
Work. Don't. Hey man, they're winning on their away server. I'm not one to question them too.
I'm sweating. I'm sweating. I don't like this play. This one's crazy. I mean, there's only one car, but just look at, he's standing on it. One rock, if the SI lock him in, he's done.
Not a lot of good spawns though. The SI all got to come in from far away, and the SI are trying to play rock a bit.
Oh, and he does land.
Jockey gets cleared. Boomer has nothing. Survivors can just hold here. They can choose the LOS now. Looks like the Survivors are just gonna elect to leave the LOS. No, okay, they're going back. They're going back.
Interesting.
It's not a bad play because now the tank has no grace period to work with for his hittables, so he's going to be much more pressed for time to get his hittables into good position. And the survivors, but the one thing I'm worried about is ammo for the survivors. They had no opportunity to go back and grab more ammo, so if they ran out of ammo at any point during this tank, it could be difficult for them. So I want the tank to commit here before they have a chance to go get more ammo.
And he will be on second pass. He's got very little chip. He's maintaining sight. He wants the hit to go in. The DP lands for 13.
Rock the hunter.
And he rocks it. He refreshes. This tank fight's just gotten a little longer now.
This does give an opportunity to go get some ammo, though, and that's exactly what it looks like. 1, 2, 3 of the survivors are going to be doing. Oh, no, just two. That's a smart play. Don't send too many out there into the safe room to go get ammo because the last one survivor could just get capped and you die. But Tank's still sitting at first control with 95%
very good sight
health.
with minimal chip there. That chimney really making good work of the sight line there.
I think they want to play this more drawn out. They're going to go in for more hits. Hunter's spawning up. Rocket Boom missing the rocket there.
Ooh.
Hunter getting instantly skied in. Treasure has no hope of ending here. Now the tank is in a bad spot. And if they LOS hard or push for chip, then... they're going all the way up here for chip and for LOS.
No way. They're baiting the tank? You can't be serious. The ball's on these guys right now.
Tank is second pass, and support's only just now getting up. Tank is going to have to go in with this, and he's got to move those cars, and he's not going to be able to do it without taking a lot of chip. Tank is now going to move in here, moving toward that first car.
That's going to be a tough car to get out of there, and it does come out cleanly. It's in play. It's time. We have a Jockey Boomer Smoker support. He has good health. The double boom has gone out. Can they recover with this? Trickling in are the common who will lock him into place. The Smoker. He's probably screaming on the comms. He's screaming on the comms. Please. And he misses. No. He whiffs the car. But we get the double. He gets the double. Excellent downs. Excellent downs going out. Great recovery. I would have thrown, if I was an Xbox player, my controller from that Smoker miss. That was so sad, but he recovered perfectly.
Thankfully, I think all of these Xbox players have converted to mouse and keyboard, rightfully so. But geez, that was really that was something, because that Smoker had to pull on the car forever. He was having a lot of trouble getting the secure of the in cap onto the guy that he had cornered, and it just wasn't working out. And I believe he might have been able to convert that into a wipe if he got to the car a little bit sooner, but it just didn't quite happen there. That being said, it was really nicely salvaged to get that double in cap right at the end and just and get what he could, because 2 in caps is not bad. And now Survivors are going to be bleeding out for the entirety of the event, but they cannot be allowed. They cannot.
Although I'm not sure about why they just sacked that last hit. The Boomer missing and they straggling in their hits there. Not a great idea, but I mean, maybe the tank just got everyone kind of feeling a little too comfortable. They still need to put out good damage here.
still 760 bonus, and they have, I believe, 4 sets of pills sitting on.
Oh yes.
Yeah, the house over there. So, you know,
Smoker Tongue getting clear, but he gets the re-smoke there, and he doesn't get cleared there for a little bit. Good ticks of damage we're looking at on the bleeders here.
And the problem here for Team Getting High is that it's the second tank spawn that is real here. It skips straight over the first tank spawn. So they're going to get straight to about 600 points of distance before any tanks can spawn. So they really need to start getting their health down, because if they let the tank spawn up and they still have too much health and they're able to take the tank down, then they're already going to be on the bow by the time there's a second hit up. And again, they're throwing this hit in when they're just not quite ready for it. They managed to get a decent bit of damage onto Bill there. But I think if I were them, I would have waited for them to press the button.
And they're getting a little too eager there. I know this is a good one, because you only get one of these up until they have to get ammo, and then they will probably head into the forest from where the remainder of the hits are.
Guys, I'm pretty
Yeah, the docks, unlike it used to be like the ultimate spot, but lately it hasn't been quite as strong as it used to be. We still see some teams opt to go to the docks and some teams opt to go to the forest, but it's not quite the ultimate powerhouse spot that it used to be. And again, this SI are just choosing to go in before the button was hit, and they're just getting chipped in from so far away. Boomer gets shut down, Hunter gets, or the rather gets what happens. Charger misses, and that's going to be another complete shutdown.
It looked clean, but they narrowly dodged that charge. I don't know about UK3, but I am sick of seeing Death Toll after all this. I don't think I'm ever going to play on it again.
Yeah, I mean, like, I was already sick of Death Toll, like, before this match. Just because it's just, like, too much shit and just kind of happened. I think it's probably the ultimate round 1 map. That's the reason it's always round 1, because it's the only campaign that, like, you can always see an upset no matter how big of a difference in skill there is between the two teams. It's like, it can just happen, man. It's like, you're never really safe no matter how good you are in Death Toll.
I guess that's why they call it Wipe Toll.
Exactly the reason they call it Wipe Toll. And I think that it should be banned from, like, the map Lupsita Pug, because I think it's the worst Pug map of all time. I think it's the absolute garbage Pug map, because there's no one ever makes safe room.
No, absolutely. And we will have a Smoker Spitter Boomer Charger. An okay 2-2, actually. If the Smoker, like he is, will land the smoke, he will try and line it up, but the Charger gets melted, unfortunately. With a solo spit, getting some trickle damage there. Not bad, not bad.
Hello?
Oh, whoa, whoa!
No?
Oh, it's just within the bounds. It's almost there. I think.
Yeah, I mean, because the thing is, like, if the spirit is blocking the path and you choose to not spit block yourself by M2ing it out of the way, that's one thing. But if you're purposely, like, all 4 survivors with literally not a single zombie in sight just staring at the spitter, that's just unnecessary. And I think that...
And they will pay the price as they land try here with the bolt. This is what happens when you don't clear a spitter. This is what happens. Don't BM, or you will get try with 3 downs. Oh, wow. They really deserve that.
You know what? These guys are my Xbox buddies, and I really tried my best to set aside my personal biases for this cast here, and when I game. But let's fucking go. Let's go, guys. Good wipe. I'm happy for you guys.
There you go. Let it out.
Spitter. And you just said, fuck you guys, we're not taking this shit. We're just going to wipe them right now.
And if you have the time to type hi and then kill it, you need to reconsider how you're going to behave during this tournament.
Exactly. I'd say it's definitely on the borderline of unsportsmanlike.
I have not seen such great karma in a long time with that kind of behavior. It's just insane that they got wiped. They essentially had a drawn-out wipe for that BM.
Maybe you wish you killed the spitter earlier so they didn't have a quad cap, you idiots.
Oh, you love to see it. You love to see it. Unless it's you.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna return. That was old school 2014 Xbox K3 coming out there for a second. Hey
man, let it out. Let it out.
I'm composed and I can return and I can I've commentated finals tournaments. I've been around the block. I'm gonna return to my unbiased self and root equally for both teams. And I'm gonna let the admins decide what is right and what is wrong. Because who am I, as a humble K3, to come in here and tell which teams what is wrong and against the rules in BM? I don't know any better, so I'm done.
I mean, I think even if you didn't have any personal attachments or any kind of history, I think we can all agree, seeing that display without knowing these people personally, that they deserved it for that.
It was good. It was kind of scummy.
Ooh, late spit, kind of, but now the jockey's going the distance. The spit landing, he wall bangs it. It doesn't matter. The God frames are nilch here, so you are taking damage no matter what when you get cleared on any SI. Michael is hurting. Which Michael? I don't know. Probably all of them.
I think that's the Michael. That's the
That is
original,
the Michael.
the original Chrysler Michael, team captain himself.
This is wide open.
With his name, Michael.
Hunter pouncing around, looking for distraction. The smoker will secure the tongue. The hunter will get it. Boom going out, and a solo charge just does not land there. Do you think Syllables is cursed because of that spitter now? Have they put a hex on themselves?
I mean, the thing is that, like, after a move, kind of like a BM move like that, it kind of just puts a sour taste in literally everyone's mouth. And now, even if your team getting high, you're happy that you wiped them as revenge for the scummy play. But at the same time, you're just like you just got this sour taste that you just can't really get out of your mouth, and it's distracting. And you're thinking in the back of your head, oh, maybe we'll get a forfeit win out of this, or maybe there'll be some kind of point penalty for the other team for this, and you think you're not as zoned into the game. And that's why I think, and as I say, is not zoned in. Hundo getting rolled by a car there. That was definitely, and that he's gonna get in-capped instantaneously when he gets up. That is not what you want to see. And they're going through this pickup, and Hundo is literally black and white within 2 seconds, and he's the car. This is just disaster. I don't even know anymore. Again, I cannot take this seriously. They're wiped. I'm sorry. You guys are. They just ate all the cars possible.
I think, yeah, I can't even, I mean, I was tabbed out, but I come back and I already can tell that they've had very weak positioning in plays, and, we're getting a GG? We're getting a GG?
Michael came out with the copy pass set just as.
You get me all worked up here. What's going on? I'm gonna actually copy paste that. I want that. I'm gonna keep that. That's mine.
This is what I think. This is just kind of what happens when, like I said, you're not thinking about the game when that kind of scummy play happens to you anymore. You're thinking about like rules and stuff. You're not zoned in. It's just a distraction. And
it's very unfortunate because these guys were so evenly matched too. And I think the idea that their away game was so strong was it's enough. You should never play your away game. If you have the choice, play that, get that out of the way, and that'll be revealing. And I think they said that if they had to play away Team Michael over here, and it was going to be this bad, they didn't want it. Whew. Yeah, I guess
clearly one team wanted to win more than the other team. Their methodology questionable, but which is weird because they were playing like solidly without any kind of BM or anything like that all the way until the end of the game, and then they just decided, hey, we're winning on our away server. Let's just like add like salt to the wound and just do this play that's completely unnecessary. And I think literally as a team, it's like not a smart play. Because if you do get in trouble with rules and unsportsmanlike conduct and stuff like that, then you threw away a game that you'll had in the bag because you were winning on your away server. So I just think that like it's just all around just not a smart play from any perspective. But no, is it just like it's not in the spirit? Okay, it is Left 4 Dead being the game as it is, kind of in the spirit of Left 4 Dead, but not in the spirit of our community. What we stand for, our integrity.
Oh, don't give me that crap.
No, it's you have to remain with some level of integrity in this type of setting. And,
I feel like you're absolutely right, and we have come a long way, and it's people like Michael hanging in there. You know, we have to have some level of integrity, like you said. If you want to be the change be the change you want to see in the community. You know,
we haven't seen a tournament with 65 teams in it since like freaking 2010, 2009, whatever it was. Like, this is the dawn of this game. Like, this is the biggest tournament in like entrance in like a literal decade.
So now, would you speculate that some of that has to do with like the Last Stand update, or maybe even like how much more open and out there Pug has gotten?
Yeah, I think it's a number of factors. You've got a lot of people doing a lot of really great work for the community. I think that as much as I've loved the Left 4 Dead Nation kind of like, you know, community database center point that it used to be, it was nice to kind of have this space where you kind of go to as an all-in-one source. But with the kind of the Discord combined with Pug being this amazing website run by Lucky Lock and the rest of the moderating team, it's really created a lot of access. And all of a sudden you have players from like professional players from other games that are finding out about competitive Left 4 Dead. Like, you've got Counter-Strike players that are getting involved. You've got, you know, like Team Fortress players and all kinds of different guys that played other games that are finding out about competitive Left 4 Dead through things like Pug. And then all you need is like one Discord link, and then all of a sudden you have access to all the tournaments.
Boom, right there.
It's really, yeah, it just makes everything really easy and accessible and effortless. You know, before, when you had to join the Steam groups and always like check the Steam group every day to see what like the updates were in the map pool and the rules and the sign up dates and everything,
it was a lot more work. Yeah, you definitely didn't have to.
Now you just get your buddies together, you practice, you get some games on Pug, you hear that there's a tournament, and then you just sign up with your buddies and you play, and hopefully don't drop out after 3 rounds when you go 1 and 2.
I'm gonna hold on. Let me see if I can. All right, yeah, there. I put it in the chat. Perfect. That is what Michael's his chat bind that he put when and then he left. That's going in the folder. That one's going in the folder, all right. Well, closing statements, K3?
I mean, it's only round 1. There's a lot more of this game left to be played. We've got, I believe, 7 rounds of Swiss now that that Dark Carnival remix has been added to the map pool.
Oh God, don't remind me.
Hey man, adapt. You gotta adapt to, you know. I'm down for the change. I don't mind the map myself, and I think it'll be an interesting change of pace. And, you know, like, I think it really it's especially on at the end when it could be a make or break map. I think it's important for, you know, teams to have something like even just a little bit different to especially one, because it was very nicely designed by NF and the rest of his compadres that helped him out with it. And I think that it's a good choice overall. But is so much Left 4 Dead left to be played. Team getting high, still completely in contention for playoff, regardless of the outcome of the match. And all they got to do is pick themselves back up and keep playing and shooting some zombies. And, you know, and I think especially coming with a lot of them pretty fresh from Xbox, you know, getting that first major tournament.
Oh, here we go again, Xbox people.
Hey man, I remember my first tournament back from my first major open tournament back from switching onto PC. You know, I kind of got rolled, and then a few of the Xbox players I was playing with kind of decided I don't want to get rolled, and some of us said, actually, I'm fine with getting rolled for a bit because I know it'll make me better. And if that's the mindset that they have, then they can totally find themselves onto a lot of better teams and make some more friends and just overall improve. And, you know, I'm always happy to see old friends of mine starting to improve and do better. So I'm wishing the best of luck to them going forward, because there's a lot of really chill dudes on that team. And
I'm happy to merge. I think we should have had a merger a long time ago. Get everybody in on this. You know, come to PC. That's where it's really happening right now. You know, Xbox it's been dying that game for a while.
Word. I've been preaching it since before I even switched myself, and I will die on that hill. And I'm glad that a lot of my really close friends decided to switch over finally. But thank you so much for inviting me to this cast, Vanilla. It's been a joy to do my first cast in a few months, since all the way back since the quarantine cut was the last time I hopped on the mic.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's been a joy, and thanks Robot for commentating alongside me, and you'll be hearing a lot more.
No, thank you.
Yeah, you'll be hearing a lot.
My
more
throat
from
was getting so dry doing it alone.
I know. I always have like a liter of water next to me at the beginning of every cast, especially home and away. It's like, especially when it's like like Russia versus China home and away games, and I don't know any of the players, and I'm just like, oh, and I'm just settling in. I'm like, I just stay professional, man. You got this. Like, you're doing your part for the community. So, anyway. Thank you for watching, everyone, and tune in because there's a lot more matches. And maybe tune in tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Oh yes, please do.
To hopefully dominate some Russians.
Ah yes, let's stomp the Russians. I'd like to add, as a closing statement for me, I am surprised that not a single soul watching that stream noticed that I put RSTV. And I'm really disappointed in all of you. I thought you guys had an eye for detail. I thought it was hilarious, but apparently no one cared, and now I'm sad. But thanks for joining, everybody. Thank you, K3. You've been an absolute treat. I actually hope you keep doing this, because you're really good at it. And Vanille, you know your camera works good. You know. Thank you, and good night.
Peace.